Emporium. In the Philippines, I want to say magandang umaga ho sa inyo lahat. And for the people in the US watching this live at the Emporium, good evening, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to at least check it out. Check us out. Emporium is a unique US-based, the first of its kind. Okay, the first of its kind. It's a Philippine-made and inspired product showroom and global business center. And its purpose is to create awareness as well as sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the U.S. market. And Emporium is actually a physical place. Like I said, that's where I'm at right now. It's located at 3250 Wilshire Boulevard, number 602 in Los Angeles, California. So if you want to come and visit, please do so. We welcome you. Just go ahead and let us know when you're coming. Thank you. But what the Live Emporium is, this is one of the tools that we use to create the awareness, the sales opportunities by people watching, and hopefully organically, or what we're doing on social media is reaching other people. And I think it is. At the end of the day, what we want is that awareness creation. Okay, so that's what Live at the Emporium is. And today it is packed full of amazing stuff. Hello, everyone. You are about to watch what I'd like to think is informative, possibly even life-changing, but at the least thought-provoking. And I'm referring to the show that you're about to watch. It's called Live at the Emporium Special Edition, and the title is called Retire in Style with SB. And as you know, Emporium is about trying to create awareness and sales opportunities for Philippine-made products, services, and investments in the U.S. market. And with that being said, this is one of the tools that we use, which is Live at the Emporium, and also the collaboration that we've created with the show that you're about to watch and its host. The host is very informative, the host is very knowledgeable, and the host is very personable. And she sometimes, or I shouldn't say sometimes, most of the time, she's coming up with different ways to really create this awareness or something that you want to think about when it comes to possibly retiring in the Philippines and investing in the Philippines, as well as anybody in the Philippines who wants to take advantage of also how to invest in the real estate market in the U.S. market. So with that being said, stay tuned and be truly educated and hopefully also entertained. Here's SB.
It's a beautiful day. No worries today. Cool breeze outside my window. This is the life. You're set for life. Just loving life. Retire in style with SB.
Hello, it's July 12 in Los Angeles. Good evening, and in Manila, it's good morning. So welcome everyone to my friends and family online and offline. We are here for another special edition in real estate. If you are watching live, let us know where you are watching from. In our local market. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ferdy. In our local market here in Los Angeles, California, in the United States, many are concerned about uncertainties in the economy. So many are focused on high interest rates and inflation. However, the good news is, if you bought and owned real estate for the last 10 years or more, you must be enjoying a lot of equity built in your present home and rentals. New homeowners are still buying, mostly our millennials who are now creating their own families, and the baby boomers who are now downsizing and cashing out part of their equity so that they can retire in style. So I'm SB Agbayani, real estate broker here in Los Angeles. and a full-time realtor for the last 35 years. As a certified international property specialist and a senior real estate specialist, I promote retire in style, making real estate your best investment here in the United States and globally, especially in the Philippines. This program is to share, educate, and create awareness of different ways to leverage on real estate. We have special guests today from two top developers in the Philippines to share us what is currently happening in the real estate market in this part of Southeast Asia and why many investors, freelance, and OFWs have been buying and moving back to our hometown after so many years of working all over the world. Here is another way to create asset and pivot from our present market by finding out opportunities in the global market. Though our homes are keeping its value due to short supply and high demand, others are looking for ways to increase cash flow, cash out, and catch up with inflation. Our first speaker is from the new Asiana City. This 107-hectare development of DM Wenceslao and Associates Incorporated is set to be home to world-class infrastructure, future-forward business, global entertainment, and 21st century living. May I introduce to you Mr. Julius Guevara, VP for Corporate Planning of DM Wenceslao and Associates Incorporated, based in the Asiana City, the new entertainment city, just minutes from the Manila International Airport. Thank you.
Hello, SB, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who is watching, depending on where you are in the world today. Thank you very much for allowing us to be part of your show.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to our show. And I know this is your first time with us. And we're really, really excited to find out this reclaimed land, piece of land that you have carved out from the one that you have reclaimed all over to produce the beautiful MOA right now.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you, Well, and we thank you for the opportunity to share our story with you and your viewers.
okay, all right. Well, so take it away, Julius.
Okay, so thank you very much. Today I'll talk about our company, DM Wenceslao and Associates Incorporated, in our products, mainly our development in the Manila Bay Area. So next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so just a little bit of a background there on our company, DM Wenceslao and Associates. So we've been in existence for 6 decades now. And we are one of the handful of quadruple A licensed contractors in the Philippines. So what does that mean? We can do large scale public infrastructure type of projects. And throughout our history, we've been building government projects like roads, bridges, tollways, ports, etc. And over the course of the past few years, we've slowly transitioned into property development, and that really started in our development of the Asiana City project. So, and before I get into that, just to share with you, back in 2018, we became publicly listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange. So we're now a publicly listed company. And of course, that has helped us propel the company to greater heights. Under DM Wenceslao and Associates, so that's the holding company, we have Asiana Residential, which we pursue our residential projects under. We have Asiana Holdings, which takes care of our commercial developments. And we do have some ancillary businesses that take care of utilities, property management, asset management, as well as some smart city technologies. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so Asiana City basically is our main development. So this is located in the Manila Bay Area. Next slide. Okay, so just to explain, if you're from the Philippines, you're probably familiar with the Cultural Center of the Philippines, reclamation area, which was reclaimed back in the 1970s during the first Marcos administration. This was followed by the Asia World Complex, so that's mostly low-rise residential. Next would be the Mall of Asia reclamation area by the SM Group. And then back in the late 1990s, the Philippine government tapped our company to reclaim about a 204-hectare area in the Manila Bay area, which is now known as both the Entertainment City, and our part of that development is called Asiana City. And that's what we're developing right now. Next slide. Okay, so just to share with you the vision for Asiana City. So we want this area to be known as a next generation CBD, or the premier central district, business district of the Philippines for the 21st century. So we're doing that by putting in a global infrastructure and service standards. We've tapped world-renowned architects and urban planners to help us craft the whole development. And we're also building that into our company by hiring the top-notch architects, engineers, and designers, and bringing that expertise into our company. We're also master planning the whole district so that we could cater to all types of lifestyles. So, it's going to be a really a complete city. We're pursuing a holistic development, which I'll delve into later on. And of course, we're not just developing this ourselves, we're inviting other developers to come in to build the various components of the city. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so this is really a city that's taking shape. Now, we started the reclamation works in the late 1990s, early 2000s, but we're still pursuing the developments, and over the years, the parts of it have been put up. We are pursuing our own office developments, residential condo developments, and some mixed-use developments, as you can see here right in the middle. But we've also invited others to come in to participate in helping us craft the entire city. So, for example, Ayala Land came in to develop their largest mall in their portfolio here in our estate. So that's Ayala Malls Manila Bay. You also have some of the integrated resorts and casinos, such as City of Dreams, that put up their casino here. There are various hotels in the area, such as Hop Inn, Red Planet, etc. And also, just to complete the story of the city, you also need to have some of the institutional uses, such as schools. We have a couple of international schools here. We also put up our own Catholic church so that we could address the needs of our community. And in a few years, we will be having our own hospital, St. Luke's Hospital, which is the premier medical center operator here in the Philippines. You probably heard of them. They will be building a world-class facility here in our estate. And also, there are some government offices here, namely the Department of Foreign Affairs. If you've renewed your Philippine passport, you've probably been to the DFA office here in Asiana City. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, just to show you the estate. So this covers an area of about 107 hectares. So this is separated by ASEAN Avenue. So on the right-hand side, you have the large big box type developments, the integrated resorts and casinos and hotels, as well as the Ayala Land Manila Bay Mall. And we are focusing our developments in the left-hand side. So maybe just to explain, we're going to have our own light rail transit 1, so that's line 1 station, LRT 1 station by next year. So that will be bringing in about 30,000 people every day once that's opened. And as I mentioned, we'll have the St. Luke's Hospital, as well as Landers, which is similar to Costco. So it's basically a membership type warehouse retail development. And we also have SNR, which is currently existing in our estate. So we're slowly putting in all of these developments together with some other smaller developers. Next slide. Okay, so accessibility, of course, is a concern. And just to show you, we are very much connected. The Ninoy Aquino International Airport is just a stone's throw away, and access to the airport was further facilitated with the opening of the Naiya Expressway, which is an elevated expressway. So now, if you're coming from Asiana City, you'll get to the airport in 5 minutes. So it's a very quick commute. And also, the Naiya Expressway connects to the Skyway, which is the elevated highway, which now connects the southern provinces to the northern provinces of Metro Manila. So the transportation and your commute will be very convenient. And as I mentioned, we'll have our own LRT1 station by next year. The Parañaque Integrated Transport Terminal is also just outside of our estate. So basically, that's a bus terminal servicing the provincial buses coming from Cavite, Laguna, and the other southern provinces going into the city. So we are very much connected. And of course, you probably heard that the Manila subway system is being constructed now, and eventually there'll be a station just south of our estate. So, transportation wise, there will be no problems. And we're also operating our own public transportation bus system. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, in terms of our concept now, our vision for Asiana City, it really centers on sustainability as well as walkability and public mobility. So we're developing our estate so that it has very wide sidewalks. If you're familiar with, our CBDs in Metro Manila, the sidewalks are very small. We're trying to do away with that, drawing inspiration from the global cities of the world like San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, Singapore, London. So we're drawing inspiration from all of these cities and putting that here in Asiana City. As you can see in some of the pictures here, in the lower right side, you can see all of our buildings are arcaded so that our pedestrians are protected from the elements, from the sun and the rain. Our utilities are built underground, as you can see here. We have, as I mentioned, very wide sidewalks. We also built our roads so that all types of transportation are accommodated. The road markings are very distinct. We also have our own public transportation system. We just invested in modernized jeepneys. As you can see here, there's a minibus that's called the modernized jeepney here in the Philippines. And just to make the streetscapes more interesting, we are heavily investing in public art, as you can see here. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so we believe that what makes a great city is the public realm. So this is actually a picture of Parcal, which is our mixed-use development that's opening later this year. So in just a couple of months, this will open. So this is a series of 9 low-rise buildings with retail at the bottom. So basically, it's a mall, a retail mall, and then offices on top. And as you can see, there's a lot of open space and green space, which is lacking here in the Philippines. And as I mentioned, we're really drawing inspiration from the global cities of the world and putting all of these concepts here in the Philippines. Next slide. As I mentioned, walkability and accessibility is a priority here. So you don't need to drive a car so that you can get from one point to another. And with the opening of the LRT, we envision that you can walk from the station to the waterfront, and you won't be exposed to the elements, to the sun or the rain, because we're putting in arcades in our buildings. We're building skywalks or sky bridges so that the walk would be very convenient. Next slide, please. Okay, again, we're putting in global design standards into our development. So these are images from our Parcal development. So apart from being very architecturally interesting, so we tapped ADAS, which is a world-renowned architect. We're also tapping some of the best architects here in the Philippines to help us craft this development. We are also introducing green building and sustainability concept. So we're actually under the BERDE system, or the Philippine Green Building Council's standards. No? So, and we actually reached the highest standard, which is a 5-star. Okay, which is world class. So, this is a very sustainable, very environmentally friendly development, and we're introducing that in our other buildings as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so as I mentioned, though, so we're actually very conscious of being, protected from the climate here in the Philippines, is either very sunny, very hot, or very rainy. So we're putting all of that infrastructure in place. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so public art. So I mentioned that. So we're investing in in local public artists as well to showcase their artworks in the various areas here in the estate. Next slide. Okay, I know that safety and security is a concern here in the Philippines. If you were born in the Philippines, you probably remember that Philippines is known as a place that's not that safe. But that has been changing, and through technologies, we're ensuring that our estate is safe and secure. So installing a lot of cameras all over the estate, which is monitored in our centralized command center. And actually, in each of our lampposts, there's a call button there. So, for example, if you're having a heart attack while you're walking, you can just go to the nearest lamppost, and there's a button there, a call button there. You press it, a camera will zoom into you, and someone from our security will come to you within 5 minutes. So, we're really addressing that concern to make our development safe and secure. Next slide, please. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that we have underground utilities, which is something that's still lacking here in the Philippines. So we're trying to bring world-class standards here. Next slide. And then public mobility, we have our own public transportation system, and eventually, we'll have our own app wherein you can hail the public transportation, or you can monitor if a bus is coming. Next slide, please. Okay, just to quickly run through our latest development. So 8912 ASEAN Avenue is our latest office building. It was recognized during the last Philippine Property Awards as highly commended for Best Office Architectural Design. So it's about 65,000 square meters. Next slide, please. Okay, Parkal, I mentioned earlier. So it's a mixed-use development composed of 9 buildings with retail at the bottom, office on top. So this will be completed by September of this year. Next slide, please. Okay, St. Luke's, as I mentioned, is coming in. I think this will be online around 2028. So we're starting construction of this. And we're building the medical arts building right beside it, basically doctor's offices for this building to support the hospital. Next slide, please. Okay, Pixel Residences was our first condo development. This was launched in 2016, fully sold out. It was completed in 2019, and it was also recognized by the Philippine Property Awards as the best completed condo development. Okay, next slide. And then our latest residential development, it's called Mid Park Towers. So it's a 4-tower condo project, so sitting on a retail podium, composed of 669 units. It's targeted to be completed end of this year and early next year. So we're starting turning over some units this year. We still have some condo units here that are available, and I'll talk about it later on. But that it's a remarkable project and very interesting because this is going to be right beside Parkal, our mall development. So it's going to be very convenient to the buyers and the residents. Okay, next slide. Okay, so just to delve into the Mid Park Towers development. So units here range from studios one bedroom, two bedrooms, and three bedrooms. So our studios about 40 square meters. One bedroom's about 52 square meters. Two bedrooms about 80 square meters, and three bedrooms 120 square meters. So if you're familiar with the developments here in the Manila Bay area, you can see that our units are larger. So most of the developments here in the Bay Area are, what we call shoebox developments, but we are really paying attention to the livability of these units, as well as affordability uh, and convenience of these units. So you can see in the table up there. So in dollar terms, our units are priced between about $200,000 to about $485,000. And for our most affordable amortization, it would range between $780 a month to $1,900 dollars per month in amortization. So this is actually for our early move-in payment term. So there's a 10% down payment, and then you amortize it over 12 months, and then you can already move in and utilize the unit. You can rent it out and already earn some income from your investment. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so we actually developed a very interesting investment format, because I know that for Filipino Americans, this investment might be like a passive income type of development. You don't want to have headaches, or you don't want to be hands-on in leasing out or managing your property. So we developed this scheme wherein you could buy selected units in Mid-Park, fully furnished. So the contract price already includes the cost for the furnishing, so dining set, room furnitures, air conditioning, etc. And then there are early move-in terms for it. So the payments, of monthly amortization is quite light over the payment period. And then once it's turned over to you, you can sign an agreement with us, a lease management agreement, wherein we could either, at the very basic, we could lease it out, look for tenants for your unit, or we could actually manage the property for you, take care of, like the housekeeping, the facilities management, etc. The upkeep, basically, for the units. So you can just expect dividends from your rentals and manage it. Even if you're far away, even when you're still based in the U.S., and you just expect a remittance of your rentals every month from this scheme. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for the investors. So I think this is the last slide for our presentation today. Thank you very much for the time. And SP, I'm sure that you have questions for us today.
Yes. Well, thank you, Julius, for giving us this overview. It's really, really interesting and amazing what you are turning there right along. MOA. I call it MOA. It's the entertainment city where we have all the casinos, and the cultural center is there, and all the big plush hotels. So
Yeah.
we will address all the questions later. I have a few questions here that was compiled, and we will just address that later on our Q&A. So thank you very much. So do you have a video that we can show?
Yeah, you get
Okay.
show
All
the
right.
video now.
Thank you.
Purpose. We go beyond our commitment. We shape the future with people in mind. Welcome to a community where every moment counts. We curate experiences that elevate your everyday life. From thoughtfully designed residences that nurture a sense of belonging, to innovative workspaces that foster collaboration and growth, and dynamic recreational areas that ignite your passions. We strive to create an environment that brings out the best in you. At DM Wenceslao, we remain steadfast in pursuing growth opportunities through our world-class developments built on tenets of livability and community, and advocacies that help the neighborhood and the environment. From the inception of our projects, sustainability has been at the core of our vision. We integrate energy, efficient technologies, employ eco-conscious materials, and implement renewable energy solutions to create spaces that harmonize with nature. Our flagship project, Parkau, is a prime example of our commitment to environmental sustainability. Our aim is to not only reduce our impact, but to inspire others to do the same. We also embrace our responsibility to enhance the social infrastructure of a city through its public spaces, walkability as an essential element in a sustainable and livable master-planned community. DM Wenceslao ensures that Asiana City is donned with enhanced pedestrian facilities from larger and well-designed crosswalks to green spaces and public art that are incorporated in every development, enriching the pedestrian experience. We leave no stone unturned. And yet, we've only just begun. We stand on the precipice of endless possibilities, fueled by a relentless passion for innovation and a dedication to improving the built environment. We create spaces that adapt to the ever-changing demands of the workforce, supporting a variety of work styles and fostering culture of innovation. We are unwavering in our commitment to forge ahead, driven by a singular purpose: to create a next-generation city where every street, every corner, and every detail reflects the soul of our nation. Together, we will redefine what it means to dream, to create, and to thrive. Together, we will forge ahead and shape the future.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
So,
thank you very much. Yeah, I hope that you found that interesting.
yeah, so hang on, we're doing a quick Q&A later. So, let's take a break. Freddie?
Libre remittance at mataas na exchange rate? With Bayani Pay, mas secure na, mas mura pa. Ang Bayani Pay ay bank-to-bank transfer na walang middleman kaya mas maaasahan. Sa registration, kailangan lang mag-scan ng ID at mag-selfie para sure na ikaw talaga yan. At pag nag-connect ka na ng bank account, huwag kang mag-alala dahil di namin ini-store ang bank details mo. Sigurado na darating ang remittance mo dahil kumpleto ang information ng iyong recipient. Remit na with Bayani Pay!
All right. Well, that was quite a mouthful that we got from Asiana City, and I am so excited about that. This is 107 hectares right along Manila Bay. You can see the sunset, and they still have a lot of land that needs to be developed. So there's still a long way to go, and this is a great time to check it out. Invest, whether it's a land, a condo, or businesses, they are open to that. So, okay. So right now, I would like to introduce our second speaker. She's a very familiar face to you if you've been watching my live stream for the last 6 months. A lot of us know Ayala Land Corporation and how it has built so many communities all over the Philippines, starting from Makati. I have been a marketing partner of Ayala Land in the mid-2000s and have seen their project grow in size and equity, and their owners and investors are enjoying the excellent communities, well-maintained, and continuous increase in value over time. So may I introduce to you Hazel Gendrano, who has been with Ayala Land for over 15 years. Well, she didn't come in as a working student. I would assume so, but she just looks so young. A senior, and right now she is the senior regional Director at the Ayala Land International Sales Incorporated. Hazel is based in Makati, Metro Manila, Philippines. So let's show your video. Hi, Hazel.
Hi, SP. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning in the Philippines.
That's right. Okay. Well,
Although
thank you
I'm
to all our viewers. Whoever is watching right now, please put in where you are watching from, and like us and subscribe to Emporium YouTube channel. Okay. So I really appreciate you joining us today. And yeah, it is a simple live stream that we offer to you once a month. And Hazel is going to show, of course, the Ayala land. Go
Thank
ahead.
you, SP, and I'm very happy that I'm here with you again, together with the live at Emporium of Ferdy, and with your segment with them, the Retire in Style. Um, Again, I'd like to greet everybody a great evening. For those who are here in the US, I'm actually here in San Francisco right now. You might have forgotten that I just flew in yet last week from the Philippines. So just to give everybody a background, we have an office here in San Francisco, and we always reach out to our market and making sure that our transactions in terms of inquiring about the properties back home are have integral transactions. That's why whenever we do this, we make sure that we host people coming into the Philippines to see more about the beautiful properties that we have. Now, allow me to introduce our company and to build your future with the company. As you know, Ayala Land is the largest and most experienced real estate developer in the Philippines. And I know that some of your audience in this stream has been following us, and we're very happy to extend this information again and give you more updates also about our company and the properties that we develop back home. No? And as you know, Ayala Land is part of the umbrella of Ayala Corporation, and of course, our sister companies are under it: BPI, Globe, Manila Water, AC Industrials, AC Energy, and AC Infra. We also have the AC Education and the AC Health, and we also have the Ayala Foundation. Now, us being in the real estate arm, Ayala Land is actually a balanced and complementary businesses. We have a wide range of portfolio. We come in as into estate development. We have different mixed use estate that I will also be expounding today, so that our audience would appreciate more of what we do, not just being part of a condominium building, a community, but you are usually part of an estate. That's why we have good capital appreciation as far as you investing on a particular community or property with us. Under the estates, we have, other than the residential, we have the commercial, the industrial part of the estate that's making these properties a mixed use and integrated community. We have, of course, our property development, which I will also be expounding later in terms of what are the different brands that we have as far as the residential properties that we have. We're also into commercial leasing. Of course, we have the malls, our very famous Glorieta, Greenbelt, Ayala Center, and even thankful that my co-speaker today mentioned also our presence in Ayala Malls, Manila Bay. We also have offices, we have hotels and resorts, we have that's part of the commercial leasing. We also have service businesses like our construction company, which is Makati Development Corp. And the highlight of our session today, which is property management, we also have our very own Ayala Property Management that maintains the properties that we develop. And we also have power airline services like Air Swift that caters to people going to El Nido in Palawan. just to mention one. We're also into A-REITs, also our strategic investments, just to highlight some of it. Of it, no, and as far as of course the integrity and the reliability of the company, we've always been really ranking and being awarded from year on year as far as excellence in investor relations. That's why we really have a good base of clients who have been always investing on us, not only into the different market, different segments of the company, different company portfolios, but just to highlight also when it comes to my experience in terms of promoting our residential properties back home, we really have a good base of repeat purchases, in fact bulk purchases also. That's really happening whenever we do a project launch or a priority selling, um, when we introduce a new property in the market. And I will be able to share these experience with you as we go along. In terms of course, award giving bodies, we have been receiving a lot of awards, and maybe this will also give you a good back a good background in terms of the way we manage our properties. We've recently been awarded also to be the best property management company, and this translates to you seeing existing properties that we have and see how it has been well maintained, it has been managed very well. That's why the upkeep of the property is really something that you see as you go along on as you the community, as the community thrives in the certain communities that we develop. Just to highlight our property management segment. Now, of course, Ayala Land being the lead developer in the Philippines, our mission is to really enhance land and enrich lives. We do large tracts of land similar to other our friends in the industry, but our difference is really to develop these tracts of lands into mixed use estates, having the different components of the estate, and whenever you have the residential component, this is really also an advantage to those who really look into investing in real estate, residential properties that we have. Just to also cite examples, of course, our existing estates that we have developed and even continuously developing and then maintaining it. Of course, where it all started for the company, the Makati Central Business District, which is the premier business district of the Philippines. We also have extended this master plan communities in Cebu. Of course, the very popular also Bonifacio Global City because it's very close to Makati also. And in the south, we have New Valley. Want to talk to you more about and give you more concept of these estates that we develop. Allow me to share this video. Okay, so that's the concept of the estates that we develop. And in fact, we have extended it to all over the Philippines. We have 49, currently we have 49 estates that's being developed all over the Philippines. Regionally, we have in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and of course in Metro Manila. We have the Altagracia in Bulacan. We have the Crescendo in Tarlac. We have Vermosa and Ivo City in Cavite. And we also have Alviera in Pampanga. In Metro Manila, we have in Quezon City like Vertis North, Park Links, the Junction Place, and the Cloverleaf. In Taguig, we also have, other than the BGC, we have the Arca South Estate, and then in the south we have the South Park District. That's all in Metro Manila. In Laguna, we have New Valley, of course, and then the Broadfield in Laguna. In Cebu, we not only have the Cebu Park District and the Cebu IT Park, we also have the upcoming Gate Walk and Seagrove in Mactan. And then we have Atria in Iloilo. Of course, for our Palawan location, we have the Leo town. And then we also have in Bacolod, called the Capital Central, and the Ayala North Point in Negros Occidental. In the Mindanao region, we are also present in Cagayan de Oro, called Centrio. We have the Habini Bay in Misamis Oriental. And in Davao, we have the Abriza and the Azuela Cove Estate. So these are the estates that we're currently developing and continuously developing. That's why we have, of course, the crown jewel of the company, the Makati Central Business District, that continues to transform its landscape. You see that there's a lot of new buildings also happening within Makati, despite it being developed already. With that, having the estates that we have, we really have a unique track record of value in terms of appreciation of value. These are existing, the one that you're seeing now in your slides are existing properties that we have on the luxury segment. That it's really what, 6 or more 7 decades of appreciation of value over time. Talking about its location, like Forbes Park, Dasma, Urdaneta Village, San Lorenzo Village, which is within the Makati Central Business District, and see how it has appreciated its value over time. Similarly, when it comes to our condominium property in Bonifacio Global City, the ones that we have developed, and you see how these properties have appreciated over time. No matter what happened globally, regionally, or locally, you see that these properties have really gone up in terms of as when we have started to develop it, which is also part of the reason why when you have something that's really maintained very well, you also see that the property really has a good appreciation of value, other than the different brands that we have. The different brands that we have, it caters to different market segments. So we have the luxury properties that we have under Ayala Land Premier, the upscale properties that we have under Alveo, and we also have our value for money property under Avida, and our other market segments that we cover is also the Amaya and Bella Vita. Us being in the international sales, we carry all these brands to tailor fit to the different market that we have overseas and locally, which ones would really be suited for them, as far as the type of market that they really want to be part of, in terms of the community that they want to choose. Now, allow me to introduce one of our latest in Makati, of course, is Astella. Astella is our latest development in Circuit Makati, which is the new node of Makati Central Business District, mentioning that our estates continuously develop. Circuit Makati is actually the former Santa Ana racetrack, and we have a new residential property there called Astella. Also, we still have pocket developments within the business district of Makati, like our Avida properties. In fact, we have this property in Chino Roses called Avida Makati South Point. And see how it has progressed in terms of its construction. We're now in the second tower, and we're still going to launch the third tower very soon in the future. And that's just one of the examples that we have, that we continuously evolve Makati as a business district. And of course, other than us giving the support and the customer service that we have, that's why we come to the US from time to time, um, and also to other parts of the globe. We want to make sure that you come home to an Ayala Land home. And again, with that, I'd like to thank our audience for today. And SP, allow me to just play this video, and also inform you that we have upcoming presentations in California, and we can share this to those who would be interested to join.
Oh yeah,
And
you can screenshot this.
yes,
Screenshot it
yes.
so you can see all.
So yes, please do send your RSVP. SP can handle that,
Yeah,
and thank you,
we have some
SP.
in
So
San Jose. Is it in Hayward?
it's in San Jose, and then two in Southern California, in Irvine and
Irvine. And,
Glendale.
yeah,
Yes,
Irvine. And where's the other one? In
in
Glendale.
Glendale.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we're
So
extending our invitation to all our audience.
yes,
Screenshot this and invite even your family if they are close by and they would like to know more about these projects of Ayala and how to invest in the Philippines. Thank you so much,
thank you,
Hazel. It's really good to see you again, and I look forward to see you in a couple of weeks.
thank you.
All right. Okay. So hang on. We're doing a little bit of a Q&A. I know maybe a 5 minutes or so. We are left for our Q&A. Okay. Thank you. So we have a little break right now.
Get ready for a wild ride with our 100% natural and ridiculously healthy products straight from the farm to your cup. Our fresh fruits are like a party for your taste buds. It's your health, your choice, so why settle for anything less? Our vision? To awaken your consciousness about the incredible benefits of Mother Earth's natural gifts. It's time to reconnect with nature and embrace the wonder it offers. Our goal? To deliver products that honor the dedication of everyone involved. We cherish the sweat, love, and care poured into each root. So, join us in this journey towards vibrant well-being. It's time to nourish your body and soul.
All right. Thank you. So this segment is going to be dedicated for our Q&A. And I really, really appreciate that our two guest speakers tonight has given us a lot of information and knowledge and awareness of what's going on in the Philippines. So us here in United States, in California, we are so much inundated with the news, with the media about all these things going on with our economy and all the worries. So what I can say to you is that just go day by day and focus on what you are doing. Okay. So whatever you put in, there's going to be a corresponding result. So put in the positive energy, put in your thinking cap. There's always the hero within you, the strength that is inside you that can find you find side hustles. So this is another way of doing a side hustle, is promoting investing in the Philippines, because the good thing about pre-selling is that you can actually join in and partner with the developer by starting on the beginning or the onset of their project. Okay, and they would allow you to put a down payment of maybe 10% or 20%, and they can extend that to paying it in 5 or 6 years or even 7 years, you know and then after the 7 years, then you can deal with the 80% down payment, so that you can buy the property at that time, upon completion. So while during that time, that 5, 6, 7 years that they're building the property, every year your property or your unit is also growing and increasing its equity. Okay, so reach out to me. I'm a marketing partner of Ayala, and I'm also representing other developers. I'm the person that you can reach out right here locally in United States, that can hold your hand and show you the financing side and the purchasing side, which is a little different from what's happening here in the United States. So let me ask some questions to our guests. Um, Freddie, do you have one question? I here. What kind of financing do you offer on your mid park towers, or even the Pixel, the one that is already finished?
Yeah.
Julius.
So yeah, thanks again, SB. So Pixel actually substantially sold out already. So
Mhm.
I'm not sure if there are any other
Okay.
available units there.
Wow.
But for our Mid Park Towers, which is going to be completed sometime this year, or end of this
Mhm.
year,
Yeah, that
our
is.
most flexible one is what we call the 10-10-80 plan, which is
Uh-huh.
10% spot down payment, 10% amortized over 24 months, and then the 80% needs to be taken out via a bank. So we've partnered with several local banks, like the big ones,
Mhm.
BPI, BDO, AUB, etc. Um, there are other payment plans. I think there's one more flexible plan wherein the unit can be turned over to you. It's the early move in plan, wherein you pay 10% down payment upfront, and then 3% is amortized over 12 months. And
Mhm.
then the unit will be turned over to you. You need to pay another 5% so that it can be turned over to you, and then you pay 7% over another period. But during that time, you can already lease out your property. So you basically just offset your payments. You receive your rental income and then pay off your.
Wow, wow, that's great. So,
So
in other words, you have this early move in. I don't have to wait for 6 years or 5 years because this project is also already going to be deliverable. You call it
that's right.
deliverable by
Yeah, that's
by
right. Yes.
the end of the
End of this year, we'll start turning over some
Mhm.
units, full delivery by next year.
Yeah,
So since the property is there, once you reach a certain payment point, you
very
can
good,
already get your unit and lease it out. So
very
that's
nice. Yeah,
income producing.
and you have also units that I can buy if I want to buy. I can buy and it's already furnished, so it's a
Correct.
cookie cutter. In other words,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Then if
so.
you decide, if you want us to manage it for you, just for a
Oh
certain
yeah.
fee, we can
Mhm,
do it for you so that it's
mhm.
headache free,
Very
hassle free.
nice. So
Especially if you're not based in.
those people who are going there on the first quarter of next year, they can actually buy property now and
Yes,
own it already by January, February, and even might be
correct.
able to occupy it at that time and play in the big
Yeah,
casinos there in Soler and
yeah. We're right smack in the entertainment city. So in terms of leisure and
yeah.
entertainment, it's no problem.
Okay.
And Mid Park is right across the mall.
Uh-huh.
Two malls actually, like Ayala Mall, Manila Bay, and our mall, Parcal. So
Very nice.
very
Okay.
convenient.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and then we'll be launching our third condo project sometime, hopefully end of this year or sometime early next year. So we'll
Mhm.
have a brand new development that your listeners and viewers can also take a look into.
Okay, okay. So here's another question. If there are investors interested in purchasing land to build their businesses like restaurant, gasoline station, or medical center, are these something you can entertain in Asiana City?
Yeah, so every year we allot a certain percentage of our land that's still
Mhm.
available for sale. So of course,
Mhm.
if you're interested, typically it's around 2,000 square meters. If you're interested, just reach out to us and we'll get in touch with you once we're ready to sell. Of course, we also lease land on a long-term basis.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, you mentioned, restaurants and gas
Mhm.
stations. That's something that we can take a look at. The medical centers. Also, we have a lot of commercial space that you could take a
Oh,
look
that
at.
you can turn into a medical
Yeah,
center. Yeah, very
right,
good.
right. So we have a lot of, like 8912, I mentioned earlier, 8912 ASEAN Avenue, which is an office development. We still have space there. Smallest cut, I think, is around 250 up
Uh,
to 2,800
well,
square meters.
I would like to know your inventory so that if somebody reaches out to me, I would be knowledgeable on be able to tell them what is available, right?
Sure, sure. We can share that with you later on.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So I'm looking forward to visiting you in my next visit. in Manila, and hopefully that will be in October. Oh no, no, November, where we're going to have a trade mission with the FARIPA, Filipino Real
Oh,
Estate and Professionals Association in Silicon Valley, on November 2 to 12. So that is something that I am mentioning here right now. That is something that we have in the making in Silicon Valley with another friend of mine who is currently the new president of that organization. So, um, here's another question: what are the master plan communities that are recommended for investors today? For you, Hazel. I know you gave us a mouthful of different developers from north to south and east to west. So, what are the hot master plan communities that you recommend for investors today?
Well, it really depends on the type, but mostly of the Metro Manila projects that we have, like Arca South, um Arca South, BGC, wherein we have limited inventory.
Yeah, of course, BTC.
We also have the Park Links in Quezon City, the ones in Vertis North, and Cloverleaf.
Vertis
And
Note. That I'm
yes,
close to that one.
and also in terms of land, we have Alviera in Pampanga. You know
Yeah,
why these and also the regional ones, mainly because whenever we do present these properties, which is backed up by the current events that we share, it's really because also of the infrastructure projects that's happening all over the Philippines.
yeah,
And most of these properties are very close to it and side by side to it, which really is one of the key indicators that you will really be definitely uh, in experience. If you're a resident of these properties, if you're an investor of these properties, you'll definitely experience a good appreciation of value as we pre-sell these properties. We also have we also have similar property inventories that's also for early move in, but it really depends on the property
mm,
location.
okay.
But going back to your question, that which one of the estates, I think it's really a matter of choosing where you want to be located, and depending on your purpose also.
There's a lot of
Um,
choices, of course. Ayala
yes.
Land is all over. So I've
Uh-huh.
been to a lot of your projects, and I have been for the last 12 months 4 times in the Philippines, and I've seen the exponential growth. It's amazing. All
Yes.
these skyway, all the land rails, and the coastal rails that they are putting up now, and they are connecting all the islands right now, and different bridges are being built. It's really amazing. So there is a very, very big international airport that's in the making right now. It is in Bulacan, very close to where my properties are. My family properties are too, and we are so excited about that in San Miguel. But yeah, there's all you know why it is happening, because if you remember the baby boomers who left the country in the 70s and 80s, okay, they are now about to retire. So all over the world, a lot of these Filipinos are wanting to go back to the Philippines, wanting to experience the Philippines, and at the same time enjoy all these lucrative master plan communities that are being built by developers like by Wenceslao, DM Wenceslao, and of course Ayala Land and all the other developers. There is a big how do you call that, comeback. You know, uwi na tayo, is what's happening right now, and yeah, it's all over the world, and yeah, it's just amazing. So anyway, if you like our video and our information, please let us know, subscribe, like, and give us comments. It's really very important that we get comments from you guys so that we can dictate next time as to what to highlight and what to include in our program, and how we can make it like as informative for you. It's more for your information, for your awareness, and for your education. Here, Ferdy says, elevate, educate, and entertain. We're entertaining too, right? I hope we're not too boring. Yeah, yeah. So, Ferdy, let's take a little break, and let's show off who the Philippines is and how it looks like right now. All right. So, we are a little over our time, but I think our audience appreciate all the information that we have. My experience is that my friends, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years ago, they already started investing in the Philippines. I even had a feature here of my friend who bought, like, in 2001, like 13 hectares of land in Palawan. Now she retired, and she's now running that resort. So it is really, really interesting what they do. Another friend of mine bought two condominiums, two properties, and then they also built another um, home. They revised their ancestral home, so they hop in from one condo to another. And meanwhile, they are doing tagaytay with an Airbnb for, let's say, $10,000 a night, or 12,000 a night. While they stay in one condo, and then sometimes the condo in Eastwood, she can rent it for 19,000 a month, and they pay you, you know upfront for 1 year. That's how they do it in the Philippines. When you lease for 12 months, you pay upfront the first year. That's how you do it. you know and it is like hers was a one bedroom. It's for 19,000, almost 20,000 a month. And the other ones can be like, the two bedrooms in BGC, I think, is already 120,000, about a few years ago. I don't know what's the rate now. What's the rate now, Hazel, for a two bedroom in Serendra?
Well, the running rate ranges now from 400, on the average, 420,000 per square for BGC, for Bonifacio Global City.
Oh,
Yes.
that's for per
Mm-hmm.
square, huh? So it depends on
Yes.
how big it
Mm-hmm.
is. Yeah.
Yes.
All
Mm-hmm.
right. Yeah. So
So
here's
yeah, I think,
one
yeah.
thing. Yeah, one thing about Philippines is that they don't have a downward, pricing on the real estate. It always goes up. You know, it
Yes,
does
that's
not
why
go
we have,
down. You know.
we have a lot of us players in the industry who's continuously developing, as I've mentioned, in terms of the infrastructure projects that's happening in the country,
Mm,
and talking about, as you've seen some of our presentations live, SP. This
mm,
is really something that we, not only highlight as a representative of the company, but we
mm.
also share as a Filipinos ourselves, why is it exciting, very exciting to invest in real estate in the Philippines,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Of
with
course,
the
all
performance
the
of the
resorts.
country
Yeah, all that you
as an
can do there for
investment.
your dollar. Yeah. So
Mm.
anyway, I'm sorry that we have to cut off. We're over time right now, and we gave a lot of information. So if you like our show, please do like us and share us to other people. This is YouTube. It is banked in a YouTube channel of Emporium. you can always replay using the link that we shared with you. You know, the same link that you're watching on right now. You can always go to the YouTube or Emporium and watch the replays and share it to others and subscribe. You know, subscribe to us. So next month we're gonna be dealing with more information for you about the Philippines and investing in the Philippines. I'm going to have a lender and another developer coming in, and the end of August I'm putting together an not an online but face to face little expo. Okay, so whoever wants to sponsor and be part of that, I will have some lenders and also developers who would like to join me on a face to face presentation with some selected invited guests. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Ferdy, for giving us this platform. I'll see you again. Thank you so much.
Now currently live in Emporium in the Philippines. I want to say magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat, and for the people in the US watching this live at the Emporium, good evening everybody.